Obviously, some types of farm animals are naturally huge, like cows, bulls, llamas, horses, the list goes on. But sometimes these types of animals, along with many others, grow to be absolutely gigantic. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some examples of the world's largest farm animals. This video is going to showcase some absolute beasts, and you're not going to want to miss a second of it. So stick around because I guarantee you won't be disappointed. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. First up, Blossom, the world's tallest cow. As all of you watching clearly already know, cows aren't small animals. The average cow is roughly 5 feet tall and around 1,600 pounds. But the world's tallest cow, Blossom, absolutely dwarfs the average dimensions of the rest of her species. Blossom stands at about 6 feet 2 inches tall, which is roughly a full foot and 2 inches taller than the average cow. Blossom holds the Guinness World Record for the world's tallest cow, and it's not even a close competition. According to her owner, Blossom was actually a bit taller a few years prior to her getting officially measured by the people at the Guinness Book of World Records, but it's not like she needed the extra inches to get herself in the record books. Blossom is quite the task for her owner due to her massive size. Blossom doesn't fit in a regular cow pen and requires round-the-clock supervision. If she was left unsupervised and decided to go off on her own, corralling her would be much tougher than corralling a regular-sized cow, of course, as Blossom is roughly 500 to 800 pounds heavier than the average. On top of that, feeding Blossom requires a great deal of more food due to her massive size and extra care because of her massive stature. Unfortunately, Blossom passed away in 2015 after sustaining a terrible leg injury that she could not recover from. But after her passing, new research was conducted so they could properly give Blossom a new title, and it was confirmed that Blossom is the tallest cow ever. And not only has she been the tallest cow to date, but she'll most likely never be beaten. Rest in peace, Blossom. Next, largest horn circumference on a steer. For anybody watching this video who has seen a steer, you know that they're already absolutely huge, and that there are a few rules when doing anything in their vicinity. For starters, you stay away from their horns. They're sharp, large, and extremely dangerous when the steer wants to use them as a weapon of either defense or offense. But if there was a particular set of horns that you would want to avoid, it would be the ones that we're about to talk about right now. Lurch. A steer from Gassville, Arkansas has the record for the largest horns ever recorded on a steer with a circumference of 37.5 inches around. Think about that. 37.5 inches around is more than 3 feet in circumference. I mean, just look at those horns. Just look at them. This thing could literally stop a garbage truck with his horns. Holy. If you ever complain about neck pain ever again, think about Lurch. And remember that you're being a greedy and selfish jerk. You don't have to carry those around. Lurch had to hold up what is most likely an incredible amount of weight in horns alone, and I completely understand why he would be so, mad all the time. I mean, the tension, headaches. Can you think about it? I don't even want to. Forget about it. Unfortunately, Lurch ended up passing away in 2010, but he still holds the record for the largest horns on a steer. But if that record gets beat, that is a steer I do not want to meet. You'd probably want to steer away from them. Okay. Up next, the tallest donkey to ever live. I know most people don't want to have a record for the biggest ass on record, but that's not the case at all for Kara and Phil Yellett of Red Oak, Texas. These farmers have the biggest donkey ever owned with a record height of 172.72 centimeters of 5 feet and 8 inches tall, named Romulus. That might not sound too tall, but for reference, the average height of a donkey is roughly 4 feet, so for a donkey to be 5 foot and 8 inches is absolutely insane. The average height for a human male is 5 foot 9 inches, so for comparison, a person would have to be 7 foot 5 inches to be equivalently as large as Romulus is to other donkeys. Insane, right? Romulus got the record back in 2013, and it doesn't look like his record is going to be beaten anytime soon. Can we say that Romulus kicks ass? Alright, now we have the world's tallest horse. If you are impressed by the largest donkey, then pick your jaw up off the floor and get ready for this insane farm animal. Big Jake, a horse from Wisconsin, holds the record for the tallest horse ever recorded at 6 foot 10 inches. Say that aloud to yourself and think about a horse that stands at that height. 6 foot 10 inches. Crazy, right? This horse would be a valuable player in the NBA. That's how tall he is. The average height for a horse is roughly 1.7 meters, or roughly 6 foot 1 inches, which in itself is pretty tall, but 6 foot 10 inches is something out of this world. It's huge. Big Jake earns his name from not only his height, but his weight too. Jake is almost 600 pounds heavier than the average horse, making him an absolute unit of a horse. However, this top speed is not much different from other horses. If anything, it might actually be faster because of his added leg length. Jake isn't used for speed, however, he's used as a plow horse on the farm in which he lives, and he's a fantastic employee. I mean, those muscles though. But will he get a promotion to farm supervisor? No, because he's a horse. Will he ever play for the NBA? No, because he's a horse. Can he be your neighbor? Oh, okay, I'm done. Seriously done. But he can. Next, the world's tallest dog. Have you ever looked at your dog recently and wished that he was or she was taller? Yeah, me too. Well, even if your dog was a bit taller, odds are it still wouldn't even come close to the record set by Zeus, the world's tallest dog ever recorded. If you had to guess what breed of dog Zeus was, what would you guess? Did you say Chihuahua? What? Why? That's a ridiculous guess, of course. He's a Great Dane, and great Zeus was. In fact, Zeus stood at 3 foot and 10 inches at the shoulder, which means that the top of his head was roughly 4 foot 2 inches off the ground. That's about the size of your average, well, 5th grader. Can you imagine having a dog the same size as the average 5th grader? Bet he would eat more than, well, just homework. I mean, just look at him compared to his family. He's big enough to give each of his owners a big old wet kiss on the magu without his family having to bend down or having to jump up onto his partners. Which is insane because if I want to kiss my dog, I gotta go all the way to my ex's house, then bend all the way down to the ground, tell her to lick my face, and go all the way home. It's a hassle, but for Zeus's owners, at least you skip a couple steps. I'm super jealous. Lastly, the world's tallest cat. This one might sound slightly less impressive than the other animals on this list because of how tall the other animals on this list are, but don't be fooled, this cat is still evil. That's right, I'm taking a firm stance on this contentious and controversial issue. Cats are the worst. Team dog all the way here. I didn't know if you noticed. But with that out of the way, let's talk about how impressively tall this evil psychopath animal is. Arcturus. Even hearing the name, you know I'm right about the evil thing, right? But anyways, Arcturus, a savanna cat from Michigan, owned by William and Lauren Powers, stands at an impressive 1 foot 7 inches tall, which is super impressive, especially when you consider that the fact that the average cat's height is roughly a foot tall. So an added 7 inches is pretty insane. I mean, look at this cat. Not only is it very tall, but it's incredibly long as well. Arcturus was measured by the Guinness Book of World Records and officially became the tallest cat on Earth. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2018, but his record still stands to this day and hopefully it'll never be broken. Despite my disdain for cats, rest in peace, Arcturus. That's all we have for you guys today on the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I had a lot of fun. Which of these incredible large animals shocked you the most? I gotta say, the ass. Do you own or have experience with any of these animals? How tall or large are the animals that you deal with on a regular basis? Let us know in the comments section below. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like rating on the video and to subscribe to the channel with the notifications turned on so you never miss a single upload from us here at the channel. Thank you all once again, and we'll catch you on the next one.